take a seat. Thanks for coming. Good morning. I gotta hear that again. Good morning. Good morning. There we go. So, I have a question. Who here has ever tried to pat their head and rub their stomach at the same time? I see we got one there. Oh, all right, let's all try it together. Let's see. You gotta pat your head, rub your stomach, and this one goes around, this one goes up and down, and I always find myself reversing them. But I think, all right, you guys you're better at this than I am. This is awesome. All right. That was pretty easy. That was a good start. What's something else that's hard to do at the same time? You know, I've always heard people say this, but I've never tried it. People say that it's impossible to walk and chew gum at the same time. Do you think Pastor Dan can walk and chew gum at the same time?
No.
A lot of faith in this church. I can really feel it. Well, let's find out. Well, I've only got one. I didn't bring enough for the class. I'm sorry. Also, it's kind of old, so I don't think you want this. But it's still chewable. Well, in theory, it's still chewable. All right. Okay. I can do that. And I know I can walk. That's how I got here, so let's try. One foot in front of the other. You can do this. Okay. All right. A little faster. Okay, I can do it. All right. Why do they always say that? Who's heard that saying before? You can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I don't like that saying. A myth busted. Now for now, I'm just going to put this over here. I'm going to turn away so I don't gross you guys out. All right. So that one was too easy. The head stomach one was too easy. Let's see who thinks that Pastor Dan can drink water and sing at the same time? They've got a lot more faith in me than you do. Well, let's find out. All right. Now, in theory, I can sing. I got the last verse wrong. I got mixed up on the hymns. But in theory, I can sing. Let's see. I know I can drink water. I can still do that, right? Okay, good. All right, let's try to see if I can sing and drink water at the same time. Okay, all right. It's not easy, but it's possible. Now, who thinks that I can do all of those things at the same time? Pat my head, rub my stomach, chew gum, walk, drink water, and sing. I hop on one foot. I might hurt someone, whether it's you or the choir. I'm not sure. Well, let's see. All right. I've never tried this before. I mean that. So let's find out. All right. Let's get the gum back. Well, I put it in the wrapper, so it's okay. All right. I know. Don't swallow it. All right. I'm chewing gum. Got the water. I don't have. Oh boy. All right. So I need a third hand, but that's okay. I'll make it work. So I'm going to get started on the water first. Mm-hmm. I need a round of applause for that, please. I almost swallowed the gum. Yeah, I know. All right, so I'm going to say that last one, as well as I think I performed just then, yeah, that one, I don't think that one's possible. Because you try to do too many things at once, right? You get too busy, you get too distracted, and it becomes impossible to get any one of those things done properly, right? Well, you're younger than me, so you could probably do a lot of things hopping on one foot a lot better than I could. But I want to know, what are some things that you do in your life? I know that you come to church because you're here. What are some other things that you do? Just any old thing. Yeah.
Sleep.
You sleep. That's a good one. Yeah. You eat. Absolutely. What are some other things that you do? From one of the ladies. Yes. You watch TV. I do that too. I was just doing that. I watched TV a little too late last night. Yes. What's something you do? You raise your hand. I saw you raise your hand really well. That's something you do. You go to school. Absolutely. That's a good one. Do you have one for us, Maya? You dance. Yeah. I don't dance, but that's probably a good thing. All right, one last thing. That's true. You do. You might go to one this weekend. Yeah. So all of those things are great. Yeah, you wear a bracelet. That's a really good one too. All of those things are great. But if you try to do all of those things all at once, or if you try to do all of those things all the time without stopping to rest, you get distracted, you get too busy. Let's hold your question until the end, okay? You get distracted, you get too busy, you get too tired, and it becomes too hard to focus on any one of those things at one time. But there's something else that you get distracted from when you try to do all of those things all the time without resting. You get distracted from what God is trying to tell you. Because God is always, God is always trying to tell us something. But God doesn't speak with words that we can hear. God speaks to our hearts. And it's sometimes hard to feel that. It's sometimes hard to understand that, especially if we're running around and crawling around and doing all of these things all the time without stopping. And so what we need to do is every once in a while, we need to stop everything, calm down, and just listen to God. Yeah, you could go like that. And when you do, you might be surprised to find out that you can understand what God is trying to put on your heart. So here's what I want you to do. Every day, and you might not succeed at it every day, but that's okay. Every day, I want you to find a time during the day when you can just stop everything else that you're doing. Just, stop watching TV. Don't be asleep. Don't be going to school. Just take a moment. No. When you're supposed to go to school, go to school. But when you're not at school, find a time that you can just not do anything and just stop and be in prayer with God. You don't even have to say anything in your prayer. You can just close your eyes and open your heart to try and feel what God's trying to tell you. And once all those distractions are gone, all of a sudden, your heart just might hear something. Okay? Let's be together in prayer. So close your eyes and let's connect with God for a second. You can open your eyes if you want to. Loving God, thank you for all the wonderful things that you filled our lives with. Help us to find time to calm ourselves and hear what you have to tell us. Amen? Amen. All right. What I need you to do now is you can either go to Sunday school or you can go back to your seats, whatever you'd like to do, all right? Freedom.